Hey friends, thank you for coming back to my channel. I have a really awesome video ahead for you, kind of a unique one. You may be wondering what this little awesome pile I have next to me is. So it's diaries, it's old diaries. Look, it says 1974, this is 1975, 1976. A while ago, I acquired many of my grandmother's diaries. My grandmother has written daily in a diary for decades, as long as I've been alive and then some. And I was really fortunate to be able to acquire a large portion, I would say roughly about 30 or more years worth of diaries. And they're all in her handwriting. Very hard to read handwriting. And it's like, what do you do with all of this information? How do you make sense of it? How do you pull from it the really fun little tidbits, the funny things that happened, the sad things that happened? How do you do that? And the answer is simple, is I just need to sit here and transcribe each one of these diaries to a Word document. That helps kind of preserve it. That helps, translate it so no one else has to sort through her messy handwriting. And that's the best way to really get those funny stories. I just have to take the time to sit here and go through these literally page by page. So how do you go about dissecting this, decades worth of journals when it could take me decades maybe to, figure all of it out? I think I'm going to leverage my reading and writing journal in order to build a tracker to kind of hold me accountable and to also motivate me to want to do more. So let's put these awesome little diaries aside. And let's see how this journal is going to help us out. I've started a page. This is just regular dot grid paper. I got it from Lights Planner Action. If you are ever just in the search for plain paper, just plain paper, nothing fancy, then Lights Planner Action is the place for you to go. I struggle finding good, basic, simple paper. It's like everywhere I look, it's got some sort of extra design, or it's a funny color, or, there's definitely a time and a place for that, but just sometimes I just want plain, basic paper. And Lights Planner Action sells paper in all sorts of different sizes, including this is sized for the classic Happy Planner. She does not punch them, but I mean, how hard is it to punch it yourself? It's not. So I've got a basic outline of what I want to do here, and I figured we would just talk through it together. Okay, so this is going to be a tracker. It's going to be a little graph that I can use to mark off each month as I finish it, and each year, and finish off the year. So I outlined just a very basic, I think this would be more like a bar graph. And let's go ahead and make some of these lines official. All right. We'll see if I can do this and not mess it up. These videos are definitely tricky. It's like you gotta be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay, so good top line. We want to get that bottom line. All right, I feel good about that. Nothing fancy here. So even though I acquired over 30 years worth of diaries, I am not going to be able to use one sheet for tracking. And honestly, I don't need to, track a full 30 years. It's going to take me a long time to get there. So I'm building this first page around the 1970s. And not for any particular reason. It's just the first grouping of diaries that I grabbed. And so I'm going to put the years down below, and I'm going to put the months along the side. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and speed this part up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my graph all laid out, and really as far as the graph goes, that's basically it. I think all we need to do in order to just make this fun, because I mean, why bother putting it in if it's not any fun, is to decorate it. So I think we're going to go in and do some lettering first. We want to give this a title, and then I think we'll add a few stickers to this. So I did a little outline. I don't know if you've followed me as far as any of my lettering goes. One little tip I can give you is if you're into lettering, I cannot recommend enough that you try to trace your lettering first so that you can get a good idea of the spacing and, you know, just to make sure that you're happy with it before you go in with a more permanent solution. So I will go ahead and speed this part up too, and I'll be right back. Okay, there you have it. Not sure if I'm super crazy about the lettering on this, but I wanted to just have a little bit of fun. I did some basically faux brush lettering. So neither of these pens is a brush pen, but you can draw in those thicker downstrokes. And I thought I would just give it a little bit of punch by going over those downstrokes with another color. It's sort of like a shadowed effect, but sort of not. And I made it black and red. My grandmother's favorite color is red, so I thought I would introduce some of that into this sheet. Okay, the next step, we really have a mostly finished tracker here. It's time to decorate it. I have this awesome book of functionally chic red blooms from Live Love Posh. And let's see what jumps out at us as being a good contender for this sheet. That's pretty. That's probably a little bit too pink. It's not too bad. It's a little bit too Christmassy. It's not bad. I think I'm gonna hold my finger there. We may have a winner. Yep, I like this option the best. So her favorite color is red. My favorite color is purple. So let's just marry the two together. Okay, so I really like this border. Let's go ahead and add it. Okay, this does not want to come off the page. Okay, this is an incredibly powerful sticker. That did not want to come off the book. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that means it won't come off my page. Okay. Ah! Shoot. No! Oh no. It's ripping the page. Okay, I'm not happy with this at all. I am going to start over. Okay, friends, I am back, and I actually considered just maybe reshooting the entire video, but I thought it would be best to leave this in because I want to show you that I'm human, I make mistakes, and I just want to show you what I'm going to do about it. So I went ahead and decided, just off camera, I went ahead and made a separate one. So what happened here is this sticker is insanely strong. I mean, insanely strong. And it stuck down before I was ready to stick it down. It's crooked. When I started to peel it up, it started to take the page with it. It's starting to overlap into 1979. And just, I wasn't happy with where this was going. So I went ahead and recreated another one. And I'm going to take a slightly different decorating approach with this. I'm still very happy with the general layout. I did simplify the years that are at the bottom. Instead of having, 1970, I simplified it to just say 70, which I'm very happy with. So yeah, very unfortunate how that happened. I'm still going to use these stickers. I'm just not going to use this gigantic long one. And I may pull out some wax paper too to help lessen the stick of the stickers that I do intend to use. So let's put this unfortunate story situation aside and let's start fresh with this new one. All right, I pulled out my favorite washi tape from the washi tape shop, and it's got this sort of handwriting on it that's honestly probably just as hard to decipher as my grandmother's handwriting. And I'm going to put that along the side of my page. And since this is white, I could line it up with the edge of the page. I could just line it up with the dots on the dot grid. I make the rules here. So I'm going to line it up just along the first row of dot grid. Okay, so we have our washi down. I'm going to pull out wax paper. If you're not familiar with wax paper, it is a really great way to sort of test the positioning of your stickers. By just laying it over, you can see a really good visual of how it's going to look. And it also helps reduce the sticky. It takes some of the sticky away from the back of the sticker. And I'm still going to use my Live Love Posh book, but we'll just pick some smaller stickers. Okay. If I had to review these, I would say that they are so strong, like almost unnecessarily strong. Kind of frustrated. Okay, let's get one of these going in the corner. And I like that it's sheer because you can see the handwriting through it, which is a lovely detail. Okay, I've got another one. This one has a little bit more purple in it. Let's go ahead and put that down here at the bottom. Just get one down the side for a little effect. And then since this is kind of lopsided, a lot's happening over here, let's just get a little something here next to our lettering. And then let's just put this little guy down here in the corner. Okay, I feel pretty good about the way that we've positioned that, and we haven't damaged the page yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and place these and I'll be right back. Okay, we've placed it. We had no other accidents. And the only thing I'm gonna do, I wanted to just talk through this real quick. If you're new to planning or decorative journaling or anything like that, you may have wondered why I did not line up the stickers, along the edges of the pages. And that is because I intend to cut this off whenever you want to give your page a little bit of added depth, just a little bit of something extra. Purposely run your stickers off of the edge, and you'll just see here in just a second why. All right, so I cut it off, and it looks like it's just designed this way. It looks like there's just so much floral happening in these corners that it just bursts right off the page. It just gives it depth. I really like the look of it. All right, so I think we're done. I think we're done. We're done. Yes, we're done. Let's go ahead and just pop this right back into the journal. This goes into my Trek It section. Pop it onto the discs. I'm ready to go. And I think I'm going to use, let's use red to Trek It. So just to give this a little bit of a head start, just so you see what I intend to do with it, I have already gotten a start on 1975. It's not much of a start, but it's a start. And I'm going to mark off the months that I have completed. Completed January, and I've completed February. So eventually you can see now it's just going to just be a whole page of X's, which is really going to be very gratifying. I'd say that's about it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if we're not connected on Instagram, what are you waiting for? I'm at Feel Good Plans, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.